show you how to make Scotch eggs with homemade breadcrumbs in a tiny kitchen. So what we're going to do for our breadcrumbs is we're just going to take some bread. I actually have some from bread that I've made, like the odds and ends that don't get eaten, so I just have tossed them in the freezer. And now I'm going to use them and make breadcrumbs out of them. So I'm just really going to break them up into a bowl here. So here are my breads. And we're just going to add some olive oil. And whatever kind of seasonings you want. I'm using a little of this, a little of that. And make sure to preheat my oven to 400. If you don't have time or you don't want to make breadcrumbs, you can always use panko or some other kind of breadcrumb. But homemade is better because it's made with love. You've got some seasoned bread. Alright, so we're just going to dump these onto our baking tray with a silicone mat or parchment paper, whatever you have. And just kind of spread them out. You'll want to bake them for 15 to 20 minutes or so, or until they're dry enough to crush. So while the breadcrumbs are baking, I'm going to be soft boiling some eggs. So I have 2 eggs, because I'm making 2 Scotch eggs, a small pan, and I'm going to be filling it with cold water with some salt. So once my eggs come to a boil, I'm going to let them boil for about a minute, turn the burner off, and then let them sit for about 3 more minutes. Getting an ice bath ready for the eggs. When they come out, you want to toss them in there so they'll stop cooking. So my timer just beeped for my eggs, so I'm going to turn them off and let them sit for 3 minutes now. So my timer is up for my eggs, so I'm going to go ahead and throw them in my water bath now. So I'll let them cool for a few minutes and then I will get them crushed. And you can use a food processor for that or a bag and some muscle strength. There is our breadcrumbs for our Scotch egg. And hopefully they'll be soft enough. So now that we've made our breadcrumbs and have our soft-boiled eggs, we are going to put it all together. So we'll show you what you'll need. So since we're going to be making 2 eggs, we're going to need 2 soft-boiled eggs, a half a pound of sausage, an egg for an egg wash, our flour mix, and I've mixed in some parsley and some other seasonings, and then our homemade breadcrumbs. So I'm going to be using plastic wrap here to roll out my sausage. If you don't have plastic wrap, you can always just do this on a plate. I just find it's easier to put it in plastic wrap. So I'm going to take half of my sausage here. So we're going to put this in our plastic wrap, and we're going to smush it out flat enough to wrap an egg in. So I'm going to spray up my pan here, some butter spray. Roll out egg number 1. Put it kind of in the middle here. Kind of give it a roll. and it gets messy. You just kind of want to pack it around the egg now. Like so. Side for Mo. Do the same thing for the other dough. First, you want to put it in your flour mixture, roll it around, get it all coated with flour, like so. Drop it in our egg mixture, roll it around, and then our breadcrumbs. Alright, it's time to put them in our oven. I've got the oven preheated to 400 degrees, so I'm going to pop these in for about 30 minutes now. So, our timer is beeping, so we're going to pull our eggs out now. Here is our egg, and hopefully when we cut into it, it will still have a ruddy yolk. Sometimes they do, and sometimes they don't. But either way, they're still good. It's cooked inside, but it's still amazing. We're gonna taste this now. Have a bite. Have some sausage. Egg. It looks amazing. Breadcrumbs are crispy. It's really good. And that is how you make a Scotch egg with homemade breadcrumbs in a tiny kitchen.